Hello. So I got inspired by Taylor Webb and when she made her video about how to, write songs, because that's one of her frequently asked questions. I don't get that type of question, but I figure I do my end, because there's a lot of flaws where hers can go wrong if you're not careful. And as someone who's done it probably a lot longer than she has, I don't know that. But I could probably give her some tips as well. So I first started writing mine in about 2013. So I'm just going to kind of walk you through my own. And I'm not saying you have to take this or do it my way, but I'm just going to give you the way I do it. So she's basically told you to do your ideas, your chords, your ideas, your melody, your chord, and it's in your lyrics. There's a lot of flaws where a lot of those can go wrong. And I'm going to address each and every one. Ideas. Where do you get your ideas? What causes your inspiration to start running? And that's something that never gets mentioned in that video. She says that inspiration can come from really anywhere, but that is true, but how do I come up with that inspiration? Where do I get those ideas? And the first tip I'm going to hand you is to listen to a lot of songs from, artists, and go seek out your favorite artist. If you're someone like me and love Tom Petty, you're probably going to want to go look out at a bunch of Tom Petty songs. Like some of his gems that nobody talks about. Or maybe you're a Tyler Childers fan. Look at his catalog, See what you like, what you don't like. And this also goes into the fact that you can also not only do it this way to find your artist, you now know what you want your music to sound like, what you want your music to kind of give off, that type of vibe. So, for example, for my Tom Petty stuff, I don't want to be read that easily. It also just kind of goes down to what you want. Are you the type of guy that wants to do a bunch of party songs? Or are you the type of guy that wants to kind of think about the songs? Or maybe you're a guy like me and can handle a party song or two, but you prefer to think about your songs. That's up to you. That kind of will judge your taste. And she doesn't really explain that. She does give you, she brings up a book that has 400 writing prompts, but those writing prompts can get you into one major trap hole right there, and it's to sound generic and checklisty. I'd rather not do that. I don't want to go, okay, does the song have a girl in it? Check. Does the song have beer in it? Check. Does the song include trucks? Check. Yeah, I don't want to do that. So, listen to your favorite artists, see what inspired them, and then go seek out their inspirations. You might find some new favorite artists, or you might understand where they're coming from, and you might get some ideas from the inspirations of your inspirations. So, you might, if you've seen any bands that they've been in, Tom Petty, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Mudcrutch, which was the band before the Heartbreakers, Traveling Wilburys, go look those out and see. You might find some different artists there, and then look what they brought to the table. Not only does that get you open to a lot more ideas, but they can also get you ideas to start songwriting. Okay, melody. Melodies are really just scales, and you can't copyright them. Just start randomly singing some notes, and just start singing something. Start coming to mind something. Do what Tom Petty's Free Falling was, and just start playing something and see what comes to mind. Seriously, you can look that story up if you don't believe me. But melody is just a sequence of notes that your words are being sung. So I'd worry about them last. Okay? So the chords. Would it be good to learn an instrument like the guitar or the piano? that would certainly help, but you don't need to be able to play one if you want to, be a songwriter. It would definitely help. I'm not saying that it won't. You're going to be lost without it. But if you don't have any prior music theory knowledge, you're probably going to be stuck. So it'd be useful to learn. You don't really need it if you're just wanting to focus on your lyrics right now and maybe pick up with something later, And that's kind of how I started. I didn't learn a guitar until 2017. And I've been playing about 2-3 years. And my first guitar I got in 2012, 2013. So, okay. Now we've got our chords down. Let's talk about our lyrics here. There's one major loophole she runs into, and she refers to the word sorry as her, where she says she runs into that problem. You don't always have to necessarily rhyme everything. And she brings up a pretty good point of this, actually, in the video. For sorry, and I'm just going to throw a couple chords underneath this, but I'm like, I'm sorry for what happened on that starry night. So, starry and sorry sound similar. If you can get something like that to sound similar, that sounds good. And you're not running into repetitiveness or cookie cutter songs. It also runs into the checklisty thing, but worry about that later. Okay, so now that you've kind of went through that and you know what you're wanting to go through, do you kind of want it to be easy for you to write? And trying to rhyme everything could work if you're trying to, focus on just the structure of everything. But I would really start suggesting you try doing things that sound similar to each other. That brings out a lot of word choice, and you could write some pretty good songs that way. I've got a couple of examples in that. And one major thing I want to bring up is don't worry if you have to go back and fix something or you don't necessarily like a song when you write it. You can write a song, like it one day, come back to it, and you think it absolutely sucks. You can go back and edit this. This is why remixes are a thing. There was something that they thought after they released it that they thought was better. So, there's a really good example of that too in my songwriting notebook. I thought something was really, really good, and I'm going to play it for you, the original version, and then I'm going to play the revamped version. The song that I was playing was kind of a rip-off of Tom Petty's Learning to Fly. I just kept it the third. I just took the chords there. And it got me back into songwriting, which you'll see if you guys want me to look through that song, but I can play some things for you. You're going to notice there's probably a lot more original stuff up there. And what I did when I looked back through it and said, oh, well, okay, this sucks, is I added a little bit of a harmonica thing to it, and I just changed how I wanted the song to sound. I didn't want it to be that rip-off. I kind of wanted it to just be my own thing and work with it, see what I can do with it. I'm not saying that's bad, but I wouldn't write a bunch of rip-off songs. If it's a parody, say it's a parody, Plus, there's a strict legal definition for parody, so. And that might get you into a lot of trouble in the music business world. Melody gets you a lot of trouble anyway, because you're having a lot of people that don't know theory into these debates where your song sounds like mine. You're copyright infringing me. You can't copyright or own a scale. So, I'm trying to remember this one. I'm trying to rewrite that, but and then after I'd get done with that, I would be playing something completely underneath it, and I'd be doing something like this. not only did I just change up how it sounded and all the rhythm behind it, but I also changed what chords were being used a lot of the time. By the way, in case anyone was wondering, I was using E, A minor, G, E minor, D, A minor, G, B minor, G, D, A. I'll just keep up there. With this kind of the rhythm of Horse with No Name by America. And then something I wrote with the harmonica. So I didn't have the heart to change the lyrics, but if I wanted to, I could. And that goes to show, you can think something's good one day, come back to it, and change it completely up and be really proud of what you just did. There's also going to be times that you change something, you think it's good, and then you come back and go, man, I thought, I'm starting to think what I did before was a little better. That's okay too. So, I kind of wanted to mention that if anyone wants me to go a little bit more in depth in any of these individually, let me know. But I just wanted to do my own version and let you guys see what you think. And learning songs from different artists, don't just limit it to the ones that you like. Do some ones that you probably don't know about or you don't really like. I'm just trying to see what I'm writing up here. Okay, I'll worry that way. I don't know Lost Boy by Ruth B, and I'm not a big Ruth B fan. But I know Horse with No Name, and I had no clue America was a thing prior to that. I know Knocking on Heaven's Door. Actually, it was really the first song I learned, but I learned some Bon Jovi, I learned some Tom Petty, some, Bill Withers, rest in peace, man. Some Traveling Wilburys, some Roy Orbison. I'm just spreading my songs everywhere, so if I need to play something, I know one thing, and I can learn from different other people. That's one major thing that she didn't really cover. And then again, she left it open so she could do a part 2. But there was a lot of loopholes in what she did. So I just kind of wanted to clear a lot of those up and do kind of how I do it. But feel free to just use your own method and which one you prefer. I just wanted to give my own clarification. Happy song ride!